Hello everyone, Larry Satchwell here. One of my viewers sent me these mower blades that are compatible with my mower and asked me to share my thoughts on them. Well, I only thought it would be fair if I compared them to the originals. So these are not the original blades that go with I don't think they are, my John Deere. And as I've said before, I'm not a mower mechanic, but I play one on YouTube. And I'm really happy to share that they're just sitting in here, YouTube video on how to change your deck belt has helped a lot of people save a lot of money. That came out of frustration when I couldn't get mine fixed for about 5 weeks. So I told him I would be glad to look at them. He sent them to me. The same day I ordered the original parts from ordered the original parts from John Deere, and it took them 2 weeks to get here. So I've been waiting and waiting and waiting to compare the two, and today's the day. So these are the original John Deere. And the John Deere always comes with extra nuts because I've ordered them from them before. These say JD right on them. Of course, I'll leave a link below. These are about $5 cheaper. And in fact, the last belt I changed, which was just last week, was not an original John Deere belt. And that's the first time I've ever not used a John Deere belt. But the John Deere belt was $61 and change, and the belt I ordered was like 30 bucks. So I'll do a follow-up if that thing falls apart. All right, so right off I see the John Deere has a little bit longer blade. Let me show you that. The John Deere cutting blade comes all the way to here. This one stops here, and it's not nearly as sharp. It has the same, well, it doesn't have the same pitch. This one actually has a higher pitch, which I think will throw the grass up higher than the John Deere. John Deere's marked right and right. This other brand has nothing on them at all. Well, I'm going to give them a try. There is no easy way to change the blades on my mower. There's a hard way and then there's a harder way, and I haven't yet decided which is the harder way. One way is to take the deck completely out, flip it over, and change the blades. Now, if I'm changing the belt or need to grease the spindles, I'll do that. But the last time I bought blades at a store, that store that really upset me that I'll never take my mower back to, when I asked the guy, he looked at me, this was a couple of years ago, I was still in my 60s then, and he said, for you, it would be easier to take the deck off. Well, that, my friend, was a challenge. So ever since then, I have crawled under that deck and changed them that way. My brother has a fancy lift he can put his up on, but I don't have one of those, and he's 700 miles away. So let's go get these changed out and see if this will throw grass out of my mower. One thing you want to make sure you do, on the spindle is this little pattern, and you want to make sure that pattern is matched up. If you try to tighten that down and the pattern is not matched up, you could strip the spindle, or it's just not good. Don't ask me how I know that, but that was several mowers ago. Anyway, it's important to keep sharp blades on your mower. That'll keep the spindle life longer. Let's do the other side. So this is my setup. I roll it up on a piece of plywood on some cinder blocks. I've got a 4x4 behind the rear wheel, and the emergency brake is on. I feel safe with this, but I am not responsible for your safety. You need to do what you think is safe. So let's get these changed out. I really see no difference in the two. And as you can tell, I'm not a lawn guy. I don't have a pristine lawn. I don't know what this kind of grass is up here, but it was here when we moved in about a 2-foot area. The guy owned a greenhouse. I don't know if this was some experimental stuff, but it's really nice, and it's very fine grain, and it's spread about to a 10 by 10 area in the 40 years we've lived here. I'd love for it to spread all the way around. Anyway, I've got mainly weeds mixed with a little bit of centipede. So that's what works for me. And again, this is not meant to be scientific. It looks like one of my blades is a little bit cockeyed. We have a lot of rocks in this yard, and I probably bent one of the spindles a little bit. But I'm not going to invest in a new mower until this one just dies. Don't be too critical. This was not meant to be scientific. My friend asked me to tell me what I thought of his blades. To me, I see no difference, but then I'm not a lawn guy. Thanks for watching.